Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Hope all is well. Shout out to my troopers out there, man. I am your host, CueBracey. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about this Derrick Jaxn situation. Um, Look, these videos are 20-minute videos that I'm looking to put together. If people come in and they want a dialogue, it's cool, but I just jump right into it and you get catch it on the replay. All right. Now, before we get into it, man, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Definitely hit the like button. It's good for the algorithm. Subscribe so you can keep getting videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell and share the video because it's a lot of men that need this game. It's a lot of men that need this game because it's a lot of Derrick Jaxns out there. And a lot of women need this game because they need to know how to spot Derrick Jaxns. Because obviously, it's a bunch of women running around that believe in the type of BS that Derrick Jaxn and people of that ilk are talking about when they say you are the prize, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So yeah. Y'all see the title. Derrick, what am I talking about? He might get a prettier wife. He might get a thicker wife. He might get a younger wife, but he will not get a better wife. From the looks of the situation, this is just me putting on my, Derrick Jaxn was with a quote unquote good woman. Now, we don't know a lot about their personal life, but from the outside looking in, we'll say that Derrick Jaxn was with a good woman. And maybe they hit a couple of rough patches in terms of intimacy and things of that nature. But he was able to build with this woman. He was able to have children with this woman, right? He was able to be in control of the relationship. A lot of people didn't like the fact that Derrick Jaxn has so much control. And he was a narcissist and all of that because he had control, right? In terms of Derrick Jaxn's personal life or professional life, I think that he was a snake oil salesman. In terms of his personal life, it seems as if he was a sincere person, but he's a woman worshiper, right? He still seeks validation from women. So, situation that Derrick Jaxn and his wife are going through, I don't look at it like, it's all on Derrick Jaxn. But I do look at it as though he did have a woman who was in pocket, who was following his leadership, and he blew it. And a lot of men say that they want this type of woman, but a lot of men don't. They get a woman like this, they say I can run over her, and that's what they do. And men and women are the same from the standpoint of women don't want to get played and men don't want to get played. So if you ask a woman to be submissive, if you're asking a woman to, or if a woman is saying she wants to be submissive, she's coming into your world and you set her up with certain expectations. It is if you do things outside of those expectations, just based off of what you said now. So, like I said, for a lot of men nowadays, it's very hard for them to get a woman on their program. Now, you might get a girlfriend that's dope for a minute if you believe in that. You might, get into a second marriage that's sort of okay. But when I make this statement, I'm making a general statement about relationships that most people do not marry better than their first wife or husband. And they most certainly don't marry better when it comes to their third wife. And that's why I think when people say y'all two deserve each other, it's like when you're married and you get a divorce, if you still live in a blue pill world, you have to realize like nobody really want to deal with married people put back on the market. Maybe they'll deal with each other, married people, but for the most part, people don't really want to deal with people that's been through a divorce by and large. It can work for some people, but like I said over here, we talk to the general public, and it doesn't work out for most people. Now, we're not just talking about a divorce rate for all the statistics people. We're talking about the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations of marriage, being in a sexless marriage. People can say marriage and still be very unhappy, but they just don't want to get a second marriage, right? But like I said, he is not going to find a better wife. So my suggestion for Derrick Jaxn and men like Derrick Jaxn is to go MGTOW. Pardon me. Go MGTOW. You know, live the single life, live the bachelor life. Don't be out here trying to fall in love with these women. These women not loyal. You understand what I'm saying? All of those women you was cheating on your wife with, those are not the women that you want to be with. Most of these women out here is not a lot of good women out here. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not saying that, you know, this is so yeah, basically I'm a believer that by looking at his wife, he had a good wife, she was in pocket, and he got bored with her being in pocket because he grew up with a single mom. And so he needed her to be a little bit more he needed her to be a little bit more dominant than she was, right? So yeah, man, let me see. Now, there are people out there. Let me just say this because I want to be very, I am not against a man stepping out in his relationship if his woman is not holding him down at least 70% of the time. I believe that if a woman is not holding her man down, he is well within his rights to cheat. But if that woman is holding that man down and he cheats, I believe that's a sign of a man lacking discipline. For that reason, I think that, you know, that could be a big downfall for whatever man that is that's out there, you know, not able to control himself. This is how you ruin your own empire, by not being able to control yourself. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. This is what I'm going to say. I believe that his wife is decent when it comes to holding him down, but I do not think that his wife is decent when it comes to holding him down mentally. And a lot of females miss this part of the game. Andrew Tate talked about this when he was talking about working with different females that was talking to men. And he was basically saying he had to tell the women what to say to the men because, like Patrice O'Neal said, a lot of women don't have game. A lot of women's game is just to be and to let men choose on them and let men chase them. But when women actually want a man, they don't have any game. A lot of women don't know how to show a man that they want them, especially when they already got the man. right? Women tend to get comfortable in relationships and don't really show the man that they respect him and that they want him. And when I say respect, they respect his needs and desires. Not there, you don't gotta agree with it, but a lot of men need mental stimulation as well. This is what Coach Greg Adams is talking about when he talk about women laying on their back like a starfish. That's unenthusiastic. And yeah, you did it, but he gonna go end up going to look for another woman. So when we talk about holding a man down, we're not talking about just being monogamous. We're talking about enthusiasm and effort and really acting like you want that man. So even though a lot of people are going to jump on Derrick Jaxn for what he did, like I said, based off where I'm standing, what I'm seeing, I think that his wife physically could satisfy him, but not mentally. And I think that is something that, to me, a lot of blue pill people, when situations like this happen, they just blame Derrick Jaxn. They just be like, man, whoopty whoop. Now, like I said, this conversation is me separating Derrick Jaxn, the professional, from the personal Derrick Jaxn. This is not was a snake oil salesperson. But when we start talking about divorce and we start talking about relationships, if we're going to learn about relationships, we got to actually look at the relationship. Now, if his woman, peace to whoever in the building with me, man, drop a comment, show some love, make sure you like the show. Now, his woman, if she was not holding him down and she filed for divorce, because she did file for divorce, okay? If she wasn't holding him down and she filed for divorce, she just blew it, okay? Derrick, she's not going to probably end up getting a man of Derrick Jaxn's stature. You couldn't be enthusiastic about him. If you couldn't, being on this program and being enthusiastic about being on this program are two different things, But if she was given 100% and she was putting her best foot forward and she felt like she still couldn't satisfy this guy, then it's a different conversation. But then I say, okay, yeah, it's okay for you to file for divorce if you was enthusiastically sleeping with him and you was cooking good meals for him and things like that. Then fine, if you want to divorce him, divorce him. But it's too many people out here that be in women's ear telling them they should leave their man, they can find somebody better. When if you go back out on the market and you give the same effort that you was giving your husband, you ain't gonna never find another man that's gonna put up with that. Especially as you get older, you getting more baggage. See, in our society, we don't like to tell women that they need to do better. Telling women they need to do better is like saying that you're nothing as a person. And that's not what I'm saying. And that's not what most people are saying. But whenever these situations happen, we always look at have no D discipline. It's like, bro, if my wife ain't slept with me in a month or 2 months, I ain't gonna have no D discipline. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna be out here smashing something. You're not getting ready to withhold it from me. And if we end up getting a divorce, we're gonna get a divorce, because I'm definitely not walking around here and not sleeping with my own wife. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, and so if she wasn't giving her best effort and she left, I think she dropped the ball. And I think that she allowed people to get in her ear and tell her she could do better. And I know we say a lot of men don't cheat, but I don't really, I get the statistics, but a lot of men cheat. I'm gonna be honest. Everything is not in the stats. A lot of brothers cheat. And so, they just may not do it as much, or they may do it in a disciplined way. But yeah, a lot of brothers cheat. So if you left Derrick Jaxn, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna sleep with random men now who got side chicks? Because when I talk about cheating, I'm not just talking about a committed relationship. I'm saying in the process of you getting to know a man, are you gonna be? Is this man going to? Y'all gonna be monogamous? No. If you meet this man and y'all end up being in a committed relationship, y'all at least are going to spend 6 months to a year getting to know each other. That's 6 months to a year where this man was sleeping with other women. Y'all may not have been in a super committed relationship, but you still dealing with a man that's got multiple women. So you left Derrick Jaxn, a guy that's got money, to go do what? You not. I don't think she gonna practice celibacy. So who got in her ear? Once again, if you giving 100% and this is just ripping your soul apart, then cool. But I don't really think she was giving 100% based off her having a bonnet on, coming on the couch, and just based off the way that she was doing things. I don't think that she was giving 110%, and I don't even think she was giving 70%. And so yeah, let me see. Um, and here, this is my thing for Derrick Jaxn. Okay, um, Derrick Jaxn was raised by a single parent mother, right? And in many ways, Derrick Jaxn was blue pill. I can't say he still is, but he was. And the biggest issue that I see for Derrick Jaxn moving forward is he's a woman worshiper. See, the last time I spoke about Derrick Jaxn, it was when he was going through issues and he was trying to get, he was saying he was going to go to church and he was going to get right with God and things of this nature. So you're like, well, okay, let's see what the next iteration is for Derrick Jaxn. What will he do next? Now that we see what he did next, it's safe to say that he's a woman worshiper. You understand? Grew up with a single parent mother, and because he's a woman worshiper, I just don't see things getting better for him, especially when it comes to dealing with women. I don't see things getting better, especially when it comes to dealing with women in committed relationships. You understand what I'm saying? And let me tell you a very, very interesting part about being a woman worshiper. It's a pimp by the name of Johnny Dollar. He was on this show called The Soft White Underbelly. And he said one of the biggest things that he learned when he was out there dealing with women was deal with the girl that like you, not the girl you like. And when we say that men are women worshipers, a lot of times dudes want to be with the girl they like. That's why he didn't. That's why you see that he cheated on his girl with an Instagram model, because that's somebody that he really like, right? That's somebody that he really into. And Derrick Jaxn into women like that. And when you get into your masculinity at a certain point, you only want to be around women that's on your program. Especially if you sleeping with them, you only want to be sleeping with women that's on your program. And in order for women to be on your program, that means that the other women that's in your life will have to know about them. You're not tippy toeing around. This is what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? Most guys can't pull that off. But what I'm basing is that, this is what I see in terms of the future with Derrick Jaxn, is that he's going to continue to have female problems because he's a woman worshiper. And that's something that we try to talk to y'all about over here, about, putting women on pedestals. And, like, if it, you shouldn't even be sleeping with chicks that's not on your program. You know what I'm saying? You need to be very, very careful about things like that. Um, Let me see. Yeah, so like I said, I think Derrick Jaxn need to go MGTOW, man. Hey, make sure you like, comment, Let me know what you think. I think Derrick Jaxn need to go MGTOW. And the basically my you already been married, you already got children. Just be single. You know what I'm saying? I'm a I one of my favorite content creators is Coach Greg Adams. And CGA always say, hey man, y'all need to be single for at least 6 years. Like I always tell y'all here, I grew up in divorce culture. Most people that I grew up around, they didn't grow up with their original parents. And so I seen what divorce culture was like, and I seen men get remarried. And even if those men didn't get a divorce, they didn't get a better wife. A lot of these men in sexless marriages, a lot of these men dealing with stuff, they haven't filed for divorce, but they still dealing with things. It's the same thing. Um, Either you file for divorce or you have a high chance of not having a happy marriage. So I think Derrick Jaxn did what he did. He's out there, and I think he should just stay out there. But I think by him staying out there, he's going to run up against a lot of the things that he speak about, and he may actually turn red pill. He might actually, start making a whole different type of content because he meets for a lot of y'all dudes that's not into the nuts and bolts of the game, and you understand what I'm saying, the technicalities of the red pill, 20-year-old, 30, for all of that. He is smashing chicks. You understand what I'm saying? Derrick Jaxn, that a lot of men want to be like Derrick Jaxn. There's a lane, sort of like that AMS lane. You understand what I'm saying? So like I could definitely see him doing something like that. But yeah, man, and also I want to say that seriously, I think that that him and his wife getting a divorce, for whatever reason they got a divorce, is unfortunate. I really was hoping that they could pull through, that they could both get their act together and pull through. Because this is a part of fumbling the bag. When you read books like The Millionaire Next Door, and when you really study wealth, one of the main ways that people lose their wealth is by going through a divorce. When you watch movies like Divorce Court, most people lose their wealth by going through a divorce. And not only that, as me being a child that came from a divorced home, now being an adult, it's things that I'm still unpacking that I didn't even understand. You understand? So, it's one of those where it's like divorce is really hard on the children, man. You know. So yeah, like I said, I was really hoping he pulled got his act together, that she got her act together, and that they could, come together. But I'm not here to act like, you know what I'm saying, no goody two shoe or nothing like that. So I've seen a lot of men deal with that lustful nature, and that should eat you up for real. Um, Let me see what else I got down here. That's pretty much it. You not find a better wife. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, uh, this is I bring these up for people to do them on the playback while I'm in here though. If you got any questions, comments, drop them down in the chat, and you know what I'm saying, I'll get with you. For all of y'all that's new to the channel, man, been here, welcome back. One of the things that I say here is I believe in marriage, but I say only get married once. And you need to be very judicious about the woman that you marry. You understand what I'm saying? And really the only reason to marry a woman is to have children and to start a family, to give those children the best chance at, whatever, at life. So I'm not against marriage, but I am against the divorce and remarriage and and all of that. Like after you get married, man, if y'all end up going into a divorce, just go MGTOW. I know people personally that got remarried and they picked a woman They did a terrible job. And you got to ask yourself, why would you leave your wife and go to this woman? Especially when you get to see the inner workings of the relationship. So, yeah, man. That's pretty much it for me. For those of you that stopped by, I appreciate you coming through, and we'll be back in here with another live video for y'all tomorrow, man. I'm trying to, do 20 minutes, get the engagement up, get y'all used to hearing me live. I like to go live, and so I'll be in here hopefully 5 days a week, giving you 20 minutes, and if you want to build on that, then we can do it. If not, I shut it down. You can catch me on the replay. Peace.